Okay, so I couldn't believe it that I actually found online 2 public health departments that denied that birds even carry Zika. In fact, I'll read it to you. The New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services, their FAQ on April 5th, 2016 stated, quote, "Some animals can be infected with the virus, but not birds." And then the Illinois Department of Public Health states, quote, "Birds do not act as a reservoir for the Zika virus." Because the Olympics were coming, I was checking out what the athletes were told, and this really disturbed me. Dr. Austin Jeans, head of the Zimbabwe Olympic team, and the Embassy of Brazil in Pretoria published a Zika FAQ. It actually stated, and this was July 19th, I believe, or thereabouts, 2016, quote, "There is no evidence of Zika virus transmission through breast milk, as well as through urine, saliva, or semen." I contacted them the next day. I've never heard anything back. Okay, so I thought I'd check today, July 8th, 2017, and sure enough, Embassy of Brazil in Pretoria. This is the information sheet I talked about outside. And here it is on page 3 of the 6-page PDF. There we go. There is no evidence of Zika virus transmission through breast milk, as well through urine, saliva, or semen. Now, Dr. Michael Burgess, congressman and former OB-GYN, actually tried to initiate a conversation with the CDC to get them to enact level 3 travel restrictions. And I'll show you that on the screen. Okay, here's that letter that was sent June 17th, 2016 by Michael Burgess and Senator John Cornyn to John F. Kerry, Secretary of State, and Tom Frieden, the director at that time for the CDC. And I'm just going to highlight their 6 main points. I never heard back if this was ever followed through on, but here we go. Given these concerns, we ask that you provide detailed responses to the following. How are the CDC and the department working together to ensure that important information about Zika is reaching the most Americans possible? What procedures are in place to identify and mitigate gaps in communication in a timely manner? Why has the department placed information about Zika-related travel risks on a separate web page from the Alerts and Warnings web page? A, will the department consider integrating such information onto one page? 3, are there any federal laws or impediments that restrict or prohibit CDC from altering the framework by which it assigns different levels of travel notices? A, if yes, please specify such impediments and provide legal analysis that the CDC relied upon in arriving at such a conclusion. B, if no, explain why the CDC does not consider Zika an unprecedented threat to public health, serious enough to modify its travel notice framework and issue a level 3 warning to all Americans to avoid non-essential travel. 4. Please describe CDC's reasons, aside from adherence to its self-imposed travel notice framework, for not issuing a Level 3 warning to all Americans to avoid non-essential travel to countries with local transmission of Zika. 5. What are the potential negative consequences for public health if the CDC were to issue a Level 3 warning to all Americans to avoid non-essential travel to countries with local transmission of Zika? And 6. CDC has not increased the travel notice level for areas with local transmission of Zika to a Level 3 warning because it only poses high risk to women who are pregnant or plan to become pregnant. Infection with this virus is a known cause of a devastating birth defect and is suspected of having a causal relationship to other debilitating conditions such as Guillain-Barré syndrome. In light of this, please provide a detailed analysis of why CDC does not consider this virus as presenting a high risk of harm to the entire next generation of Americans.